Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be drawing my brother's Gacha life characters. Let's get into it. So I'm going to import the references that I've got. So the one on the left is Lucas and the one on the right is Lily. These two are brother and sisters. I'm going to just start on trying to get the shape for Lucas, his head. I haven't drawn digitally humans in a little while, so I'm having a bit of trouble. Okay, I've got it. So I'm just doing this rough sketch, so it's going to be really messy. But yeah, I'm trying to keep the shape of the Gacha life sort of eyelashes, I guess, on Lucas. I'm using different colours for different parts to help tell what is what, so I'm not confused with the hair and the body or the head. So I'm currently drawing the hair. In the picture he's got like a really messy sort of style of hair, so I'm trying to recreate that. He's also got like a long plait. I was having a bit of trouble getting it, but I think I finally got it. I like how it sort of looks. It's not that bad. Having a bit of trouble with the little fluff bit at the end though. So I was doing this while we were in the car, so I had my brothers in the background. I remember at some point they were arguing about BMWs and Teslas or something. Now I'm drawing Lucas's body. So I've sort of drawn him in a style where he's sort of looking up at the sky. So I'm just fixing up his body shape. And now I'm going to do Lily. She's sort of going to be on the opposite side of him, looking up as well. I just have to remove some of details like the hair and the plait. Yeah. So now I'm going in with her hair. She's got long hair, sort of messy. I tried to do it, but I didn't realise how short I was actually making it. And then I was like, oh no, I have to make it longer. So then I did that. I had to raise it. I had the idea of having it sort of like part of her hair was on her shoulder. I like the idea, although the sketch doesn't look too good of it. Now I'm adding in her little beret sort of thing. It was okay with the sketch, but now I look over it when it's finished, I'm like, the Gacha life character, it looks like it's actually on her head, but on the picture it looks like it's falling off. Which I think is sort of funny. Now I'm trying to add in a butterfly because her description says that she really likes butterflies and nature. So I decided to put in a butterfly. I was like, oh, that would be cool, little add-in, little detail. So I've added her little butterfly on her nose. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear my fan in the background, but it's sort of loud. So now I'm adding her in her arm. I'm going to add to the chin a bit more. I didn't realise how little you could really see it. Yeah, so here's the sketch so far. I just remembered that Lucas had headphones on, and I thought that'd be a cool little detail because I can't really add the guitar in. So I got the headphones on, give him some headphones. Give him something to do. I'm going to merge the sketch together. Now I've got to work on the line art. Oh no, the cleaner sketch, sorry. So I'm going to go over it again, but make it a bit cleaner, a bit easier to see where all the lines are. So yeah. I'll read first the description for Lily. Where is it? Oops. So her name is Lily White, her last name White. Her age is 17. She's a girl, obviously, and according to my brother, she was born in New York. So Lily White was born in New York. She likes nature. She has a vlog called Lily's Nature. She likes to vlog about walks and other exciting things in her life. She goes to university and studies about animals and their living habits. When she grows up, she may want to work at the zoo or just in general study animals and do videos on them. So yeah, So this is the clean sketch. I'm going over with her hair a bit more. I wasn't really happy with how that turned out. It does look better now. So yeah, I've finished with the clean sketch for Lily. I'm going to do the butterfly now. I decided to have the bottom wing overlap the top wing instead of the opposite way around, because I thought it would be a bit easier, and it's just how I did it anyway. I added the antennas, the tiny little cute antennas. I had trouble getting them in the right position without them look like they're trying to spike her in the eyes. Yeah, I had to move her eyes a bit, otherwise it looks like she's looking over the butterfly. But that worked. There we go. Oops. I'm gonna do her outfit now. So, from what my brother looks like, it sort of looks like her university outfit, like what she would wear at her university or something. So I try to copy that as much as possible. I even added the little charm thing that was on her beret thingy. Sorry. It looked like she had like some kind of band-aid on her cheek. Like, oh, what happened there? I haven't asked her, but future me might add in the reason for that, and I may not. Yeah, so I've got the little band-aid thing there. Fixing up the beret a bit. Yeah. Now I'm going to go in with her collar on her shirt, because I can see she's got a bit of a collar. I did this bit here like a tie to represent where the tie was. I liked how it looked in the sketch, but not really in the line art. You'll see why. But yeah. So here she is, finished with the cleanup sketch. I decided to make her neck a bit longer because it sort of looked like she was all squished in. So I just moved the head up a bit and made her neck a bit longer or more visible. And it looked much better. Yeah. I decided to give her an ear, sort of. So I had to do that. While I was doing this, I was listening to music, so you might see the volume bar come up a few times. That was just me tuning up my music a bit, or lowering it. Yeah. So I think I'm finished with her now. Clean up sketch of Lily. Right, Lily? Yeah, Lily. Clean up sketch of Lucas. Let's do Lucas now. I'll tell you his bio and stuff on his line art. But yeah, so for the sketch, it was a bit easier with the sketch because I'd done Lily and I sort of knew the shape a bit more. Although there were some different things like the headphones in the eye or the eyelashes sort of thing. Because his eyes are sort of closed, like he's just happy to listen to his music and he's like in his own world. So yeah. I'm doing his headphones now. I decided to add a little musical note, thinking it'd be a little cool addition to it. And it was. It sort of gave a bit more pattern to it. Like how Lily's beret had the stripes. Instead of just having a black and white headphones, he's got a little music note on his headphones. I decided to colour his hair in orange so it'd be a bit easier to spot because he's got so much little curls. I had fun doing this picture, and I didn't tell Ruben I was doing it right until I'd finished it, and his reaction was amazing. I also decided to move his head up a bit because his neck felt really short, and also he's meant to be taller than Lily, but when I made her neck a bit taller, they sort of turned out to be similar height, so I sort of had to raise that up. Now I'm working with his arm, or the plait, sorry. So the plait was sort of fun to do, and something new to draw. I have not drawn plaits in a long time. I realised there was a bit of a bold patch there when I took the sketch off. So I'm just fixing it up a bit. But I think it looks good now. So here it is now. I just had to fix that bit up. And I was fiddling around with his plait, trying to make it look a bit nicer. It's a bit hard because every time I'd put it somewhere, it would sort of look like it was from Lily, not Lucas, which was a bit annoying. I did manage to get it in the end. It did eventually work. I like it like that. I decided to just keep it like that and hope it's easy to recognize as Lucas. Don't know why I did that bit of shading there. Yeah. Now we're going to do his little outfit. So, he doesn't go to university. So this is sort of like his little work outfit because he's a bit older than Lily. I'm not going to say much more about that until I tell you the bio. Yeah. I remembered that he had like a scar sort of on his eye, or 2 scars. So I added that in. I tried to make it look like it went over the eyebrow by leaving like a cut there. It was a bit hard to figure out how I was going to do it, but I think it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. So he also had a tie, so I did the same thing. Although I didn't like his tie as much for some reason. I was having trouble with his arms, getting them in the right position, making them look nice, because Lily's hair sort of fell on it, so I didn't have to do much detail with the arms. But Lucas, it's like, you can see it there, so I had to sort of fix it up. Okay, now I'm going to do the line art for Lily. I know in the layer thing I said Lucas, but I completely forgot about it and just went straight to Lily. I don't know why, I just went to Lily. Yeah. So when I was doing her, I was listening to sort of like nature music, because she loves nature. It was sort of music about animals. I can't remember what the titles were though. But yeah. So I had so much fun doing her. I decided instead of doing that sort of mouth, which looked weird, I just did a bit of a smile. I think I did the same thing for Lucas as well. I'm going to do her pretty eyes and the eyelashes. If you look at the references earlier, you could see that Lily actually had like cat ears or wolf ears or something. I completely forgot about them. I was going to do them in the clean sketch so it'd be easy to see, but I forgot. And so then soon I'll add them in. I can't remember how soon or how late, but I do eventually add them in. And they do look pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Her little beret is pretty cute. I like the colour that my brother used for it. So yeah. I enjoyed doing this picture. I think I said that a few times. Oh, the charm. The charm was a bit hard and fun at the same time. I had a bit of trouble with the little links up at the top, but then the actual little leaf sort of design at the bottom was really fun to do. Even though I had trouble on the 4th one, the one that's getting redone over and over here. I did get it. It didn't look the best, but I was like, I don't want to fiddle with this for hours. So I went like that and began to work on the hair. Her hair was really fun to do because it was like so wavy, yet not like Lucas, where it's just little strands everywhere. It was super fun and relaxing to do, until I messed it up like multiple times and had to go over it like, do it, work it, actually work, please. It did work eventually. I did the her chest. So there's her lineup. I tried to do the tie, as you can see, but I didn't like how it was looking, so I just gave up on it. I was like, you know what, it can look like there's a tie, but there is no ties there. So I just did that little slot there just to make you like, there's a tie there, just so you know. Even though you can't actually see it, there is a tie. Yeah. So here I realised that I'd forgot about the animal ears, and so I did it on Lucas as well. because they were brother and sisters. I gave Lucas ears as well. Even though the Gacha Life character didn't have them, my brother said that he was meant to have ears, he just forgot to put them on. Like how I thought to put them on Lily, and then I decided to put them on Lucas because my brother was like, he's meant to have ears, I forgot about them, to put them on the Gacha Life character though. So I put them on. Like, okay, I'll do it like this then. So here's the line art for Lucas, finally. So I will read out his bio. Give me a second. Okay, oops. So Lucas, his name is Lucas White. He is 20 years old. He is a boy, obviously. He was also born in New York. His bio is, Lucas was born in New York. His sister is only 3 years younger than him. Lucas likes to play the guitar and listen to music. He even writes his own songs, then posts them on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. With his sister's help, he also makes awesome music videos that he can post on all the social media, which is Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. He has a huge following on all those social media accounts, but has not yet gone on any tour, but his dream is to go on a world tour. So those are all made up. He doesn't actually have any TikToks or YouTube accounts or anything. They're just made up for his story character build up sort of thing. Yeah, so that was his bio. He likes to make music. So I drawed him as in like he's listening to his music, trying to make this is good, or he's just listening to it like, I love this song, and just relaxing to it. But yeah, so his line art was a bit harder to do because I had to do the braid and sort of mix it in with the headphones and all his other hair. Here I'm drawing the ears, the wolf ears or cat ears. I've drawn a lot of cat ears because I used to draw cats all the time, so they weren't that hard, but having to put them in over the sketch was a bit harder because instinct to follow the sketch, I went over it a few times, but it looks pretty good. Now I have to do the plait. I think I had a bit of trouble with the plait. I know I still wasn't really happy with the layout of it, where it was. It still looked like it was coming from Lily, but it wasn't that bad. So here's the final line art for them, and now we're going to go into colouring. Oh no, I've got to do Lily's ears, sorry. So now I'm going to add in Lily's ears. Yeah. So I'm doing the sketch for her ears. They look pretty cool. I had them sort of like facing forward like, oh, I love this butterfly. Whereas Lucas is like, I love this music, and had his ears down because of the headphones. So here's the line art of Lily's ears. They're fairly easy to do, but the problem was I'd already done her hair, so I had to erase the hair from underneath it, but that wasn't too hard. So here is the actual final line art. It better be the final line art. I added the little tufts there to show that the ears sort of come in from the hair. I'm not going to say this is the final line art, or I'm going to be adding more. For some reason, who knows why. So, I am not seeing anything. Okay, so this is the final line art. Yeah, so now I'm going to be doing the colouring. So now I'm going to do the colouring, the base colours, starting with their face. So I decided to add a little spot there for the end of his eyebrow, like there's still a little bit there, still a little bit. So I coloured in his little scar thing, so it wasn't fresh, but it also wasn't too old. Sorry, my brother just ran down the hallway. Now I'm doing the hair. The hair was a bit challenging trying to get the gradient, because he He didn't do a hard gradient, but it also wasn't a simple gradient. But yeah, still looks really cool. I like the gradient itself. Just doing it was a bit hard. There's the gradient. Now I'm doing the highlights. I should be doing the highlights. Doing the highlights. Do the highlights. Do the highlights. Okay, now I'm doing the highlights. Yeah, so now I am doing the highlights. I tried to do this sort of highlight. It worked in a way. Not the way I really would have wanted it, though. So I did a few highlights in a few spots, like on his ears. Sorry, my brother just came in with dessert. It's all meringue. So now I'm fiddling with the highlights. They were a bit hard to do. I tried using a pencil to try and add a gradient sort of thing, but it didn't work. Then I did this, which wasn't bad, but it still was pretty streaky. It doesn't look too bad, but it definitely isn't my favorite. Now I'm doing an actual like white highlight on his ears and his forehead. Oops, that was a little misclick. Now I'm going to add a Gaussian blur and lower the opacity. Now I'm doing the headphones. I'm going to do the same similar colours, but a little bit different in a way. I'm going to do his outfit, his outfit that he likes to wear a lot. Her beret. Now I'm going to do her hair. Her hair was also pretty challenging. As you can see, I've got a lot of layers. So I'm like, which is which? Where do I put what? I eventually found the right layer. And I did the blur. And I'm going to do the similar thing I did with Lucas, with that weird sort of line streak thing. But right now, I was just fixing up little gaps that for some reason didn't get coloured. So here we go in with the random streaks like thing. I did it on one of her ears because the other one was like almost right behind her, so it was more like there would be a shadow there instead of a highlight. I began to blur that in. It looked pretty good. Now I'm doing a pure white highlight, or a few of them anyway. And one huge one down there. I did the Gaussian blur with the low opacity. Sorry, my cat just came in, so you may hear her purring quite a bit. Now I'm doing the little charm. It was really cute. I've said it quite a lot, but it is really cute. So it's sort of like a leaf green with different shadows and brightnesses. Oh, you can't go on the iPad, Coco. Sorry, she's trying to climb onto the iPad. Her name is Coco and she's a really cute tabby. I'll put up a picture right now. And she can be really annoying, like when I'm trying to record a YouTube video. Anyway, back to the actual video. No idea what I'm doing right now. Oh, now I'm going to do her eyes. Her eyes are really pretty. I like the sunset sort of theme that my brother did with them. I try to get the same sort of sunset look. Oh, bye, Coco. My cat just left me. Yeah. I try and make it look like she was looking at the butterfly dreamily or something. Like, just sort of lost in her own world. I did the highlights, and I decided to put them up on the above the line art, so you could actually see them over the black pupils, and that was a really good idea. I did a few like blue sort of shadows. I don't really know if it's a good idea or not. Yeah. I did end up keeping them though. I don't hate them, but I don't also really like them. Yeah. So I'm doing more blue shadows. Okay, I think I've finished with it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go on with some of the shadows for her shirt now. So I try to make it sort of look a bit 3D-ish of the shadows in a way. At first I was going to do my normal shading where it's just where shadows would be in a cartoon, like just under things. But I was like, this would look cool with a Gaussian blur and make it look sort of 3D, especially with the hair already done like that. So I went in with where shadows would be and did that. I was like, this looks really cool. Now I'm going to add in some highlights. So then I added in some highlights. Well, first I did the collar, but I was like, now I'm going to add in some highlights. It's like, the highlights look really cool, which you will see soon once I finish talking and actually get on with the video. Yeah. So I did the shadows, and then I did the highlights. Yeah, I did the highlights. And yeah, so I did the highlights. I was like, this looks really cool. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the little collar. It looks really cool and really shiny. I merged that down onto the shirt layer. And then I turned the music up, of course. Then I went to fix up the hair a bit, and the shirt, and more hair, and shirt, and more hair, and the shirt, and more hair. And then what did I do? Oh, and then I went to do the skin. So now I'm going to do shadows to the skin. Honestly, I'm really happy with how the skin turns out. Normally I'm like, oh, I hate the skin. I hate this bit of that part of the face. But I'm really happy with how this one turned out, surprisingly. So she looks really cute. I blended that out, and then I did the same thing to Lucas. Yeah, so I went in with the shadows on Lucas as well. Then I realised I forgot a bit of hair on him. I was like, I have to fix that soon. Oh man. Oh well. So we had a bit of hair colour missing for a bit while I did the shadows. I don't know why, but I added a bit of shadow underneath their lips as well. So just a random detail that I added for some reason. I do like how it turned out though. Now I'm going to fix up some of his. I'm fixing up some of his shadows. And then I add more shadow under his eye because it was like, this shadow isn't dark enough. I can't really see it. I want more shadow. Rah. That was my youngest brother running past my door. Sorry about that. Also, I fixed up his hair. That little hair spot. There he goes again. So now I add in the highlights. I'm really happy with how the faces turned out. So I did the highlights, and I add a bit of blush. I like the blush. I don't know why. I just like the blush. I blurred that out. I was like, okay, the face looks really good. For some reason, their facial expressions remind me of puppies. No idea why. Now I'm doing this sort of shadowing on the beret. It's going really, really good. And so I was doing the two different colours on the same layer for the shadows. It was going really good. It was looking really cool, solid as well. Looking really good, solid. And I was like, okay, I'm going to blur it. You'll see what happens soon. So we're doing the colours like normal, nothing different, just colouring it in like normal. And then I go and do the blur. The same, two different colours on the same layer, blurring it together like that does not work at all. Because then the red went onto the grey, and the grey went onto the red, and then it all became a blurred mess, and I could not fix it. So I decided to scrap it and redo that bit. Thanks a lot, Bray. So I did the two different colours on different layers, and then blurred them on the two different layers, and it worked good. Finally. I've got a bit of a blocked nose, or runny nose, and it's not sore throat, just sort of blocked. But yeah, so you might hear me sniff or grunt a few times. So now I'm blurring the thing for the beret, and I really like how the blurring turned out, much better than the first one, might I add. Now, by the looks of it, by the looks of it, we are going to be doing the butterfly. Totally did not think we were going to do Lucas' outfit and then do the butterfly. Yeah, I knew we were going to do the butterfly the whole time. So we're doing the butterfly now. So I did the two different shades of blue for the different wings. It'll be sort of nice sort of detail. So I'm going in with the shadow. I didn't have to do too much of a shadow because it's such a small little character in the big picture. But I just needed enough just to make it show that the butterfly is there. Like, I am here. I am the little butterfly on Lily's nose. I am here. Notice me. I like how the butterfly turned out. It looks sort of cute in a way. Yeah. Okay, we're doing the beads now. Let's move on from the butterfly. We're doing the beads. The beads were fun to do. Although I say that about everything. I say everything is fun to do. Not everything, okay? Not everything is fun to do. Trust me. I like the shadow. I'm fixing up some of the little mishaps on it, like, because for some reason the pixels didn't pick up, the bucket didn't pick up some of the pixels in it, so I had to sort of go over it. I'm doing a little band-aid now. I sort of followed along with the original way of how the cheek was sort of curved. Like it's following Lily's face or cheek. Yeah. So now we're going to do Lucas's jacket. So far it's been like 2.5 hours on this drawing. My mind is going crazy at this point. So I'm doing the shadows for Lucas on his little suit. And I realize there's a little spot of black. I cannot find the layer for it. Cannot find where the layer is that has that little spot. So annoyed. So I had to leave it till once I merge everything together. So now I am doing Lucas's shirt. Long sleeve shirt, if you want to call it that. So now I'm doing that. I'm doing the shadows under his braid. Then I go in with the same thing I was doing with Lily, making it sort of look like the shirt is 3D to match with the whole picture, so it's not 2D shirt, 3D face, 3D Lily, and then a 2D shirt. Yeah, so now I'm doing the highlights on his shirt. I adding more highlights because there wasn't enough before. Now, by the looks of it, we are doing the headphones. So I'm going to add the shadows in first, like I always do. I realize there's a little spot of hair missing up there. Fill that in. And then I'll go back to the shadows. I love doing shadows. Fun fact, we've got 2 cats. One is named Coco, and the other one is named Shadow. Shadow. Yeah, Shadow. A lot of shadow. Now, because I can't highlight with white on a white item, I used sort of blue, because like there's only a little bit of blue in this whole picture. Let's add in a bit more blue. I don't mind hatching out, but I'm also not super happy with the blue. I don't really mind it, just not my favourite. Now I go and finish up the ears. I'm going to add the shadows to the ears, the little tufts of hair inside the ears, add a bit of highlight to them. And then we're going to do the same thing with Lily's ears. And now we've finished with that highlight. Now I'm going to merge all the shadows together. All the shadows. And this is, I think, the finished product. So the total time was 2.5 hours of work. I did sort of stop in between, but still, 2.5 hours. And now I'm doing the background, which I wanted to do green and blue because those are the two colors that are less of. And I was like, maybe not do green where the little charm is and blue where the butterfly is. So they're like opposite sides. It's like, that looks really cool. And I did the gradient and so then I lowered the opacity and it looked really cool, the gradient. And that's it finished. That's it finished. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day or night. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye.
Sink to the deep end, hurt and defeated. Thought I could do this, laugh through the sadness. Don't know how I ended up, ended up so lost. Sink to the deep end, hurt and defeated. Too little and too late.